Welcome everybody to my latest video. So for this video, thought we'd do something a little bit different, and I would show you guys my Transformers collection, so to speak. Now, before I get into this, first of all, it's not a very big collection at all. It's very small. Some of these figures are official Hasbro or Takara figures. Many of them are third-party figures. But, thought I'd do something a little bit different. I have done a video like this before in the past. But, yeah, might as well do it again, Now, before I get started, for those of you who may not know, or haven't been paying attention, or who might find this interesting, way back, I'm talking maybe between 10 to 20, let's see. Yeah, I'd say between 10 and 20 plus years ago, I used to be a toy collector. Now, the higher up in years you go way back, this was, I'd get a little bit of money from whatever and go to the local swap meets, and I see all these old toys I used to have or old toys that I wanted, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll start collecting this stuff. It's pretty cool, and just kind of went from there, nothing really serious, until probably about 15 years ago when I was really into collecting old toys, 80s stuff. My primary focus was Transformer toys, because that was my favorite cartoon as a child and my favorite toy as a child. And I collected some other stuff here and there. What was it? Thundercats, G.I. Joe, He-Man, Masters of the Universe, stuff like that. And then for a little bit, I also collected newly released toys. Was it McFarlane toys? They were really nice detailed figures, and I'd have them up in my bedroom, and I have a little collection, just for shits and giggles. Some Spawn toys, but, probably about 15 years ago was when I was really into Transformers, and I had my room, just lots and lots of stuff. And I was spending a lot of money. As far as dollar transactions at times, I was probably doing about $2,000 to $3,000 worth of transactions a month. We got a siren going off. What I mean by that is I'd buy, a handful of figures for a couple $100s. This was back when eBay started to get really popular, so think around that time. So I'd buy, a lot of figures for a couple $100 or whatever, keep some, turn around, sell some. I'd buy one figure that I already had, if I could get it at a good price, turn around, flip it, sell it. I'd see a figure that was at such a good price, I already had it, but I couldn't pass up a deal. So it was just money going left and right, and transactions. Back in the day, I would buy, I'd spend $50 just for a box of a figure, or the styrofoam insert, or the bubble that came on the card back of a figure. It probably still happens to this day, I'd imagine it does. I'd spend trying to get all the guns and the accessories for the figure, as well as the instructions and the text sheet and the little red film that you could use to view the text sheet. So it's just stuff like that, and I was really into it, really hardcore. I'd go to work on my breaks and my lunch, I'd be scouring eBay. At one time, I didn't have internet at home, so as soon as my work was over, I'd clock out, and I'd stay working on the computer, not working, but browsing eBay, trying to score deals. So, yeah, but to make that long story short, probably, or I don't know exactly when, but I just got burnt out. And it was just like I woke up one morning and I just lost all appreciation for collecting. I'm like, wow, I'm done. I sold my collection. I believe I sold it to a collector in Canada. I could be wrong. Sold it for an extremely large amount of money. Well, at least I think it was pretty large. Can't remember the exact amount, but yeah, it was pretty good. I paid off a lot of debt, bought myself a few things here and there. And then after I sold it, look, I think a year went by and I kind of started to get the itch again. So I started collecting some stuff here and there. And then I was like, no, it's not for me. I'm getting burned out again. So I sold that for, a fairly good amount. It was small. It was probably a tenth of the price of what I sold my first collection for, but it was a lot smaller too. But anyways, back on track. Hopefully you enjoyed that little story. Yeah, let's go with my figures. Now, we'll give you an overall view of the top figures here. Now, when I started I never intended to collect these figures. It started off with Optimus Prime here, and I thought, this is a really cool figure. This is what I really would have enjoyed as a kid. Fully articulate. He still transforms into a robot in a truck. It's awesome. And I got Optimus Prime with his trailer. I'm pretty sure that was the first one. Yeah. And I actually had him on top of my cabinet over there. And then I started to see these other figures. I'm like, oh wow. Look, these third-party figures, these are awesome. Before I only knew about people who would make custom figures. And maybe they were not transformable, but they would cost a lot of money. But yeah, eventually I thought, I'm going to start collecting more of these. So Optimus Prime right there, that's Hasbro. We got, what's this guy? Warthog right here. It's supposed to be Retgar. It's third party. We got a third party Optimus Prime here. His name is Carrie. That is a Hasbro Ultra Magnus. Love that figure. Third party Blur. What's his name? Buzzing. Ultra Magnus. Third party. By Make Toys Utopia. Right there we have Grimlock, that's a Hasbro figure. And the rest of the Dinobots here, these are third-party Fans Toys figures. I can't remember their individual names. Let me see, I got the boxes down here. Okay. That's Stomp. Scoria. What's this dude right here? There it is. What is that? Seer? I don't know. Can't read the box. And then finally we have... What do we have? Where is he? Scoria, Stomp... What's the Triceratops' name? Oh. Actually, my mistake. Sorry. That's Scoria, and that's Soar. I wasn't seeing things correctly. Yeah, sorry about that. But anyways, yeah, this is my top shelf here. These are all great figures. Kind of just got them in basic poses. Out of this top shelf, my favorite figure, probably a tie between Ultra Magnus and Prime. My favorite third-party figure, I'm just gonna have to go with the Metroplex over there, Utopia. Let's take a look at my second row here. These are all Decepticons except for him. So I got Starscream, it's Takara. I got Soundwave, Takara. Where's my Soundwave box? I had him. Oh, there. Shockwave. Sorry. What am I saying? Soundwave. Shockwave. Megatron. That's an original figure. Takara. I got Soundwave right here, which is also an original figure. Or a legit figure, I guess I could say. There's his tapes. There's that little Soundwave, which you may or may not have seen by now. I don't know if I made a video on this figure. I'm not sure when I'll release it. I got the Astro Train over there. His name is... what was his name? It's over here. Chigurh, or something like that. Probably my least favorite figure of them all. Why? Because his hips are not stable. They're real swivelly. Look at that. Yeah. So, he's my least favorite figure. Alright, and then we got our Galvatrons here. One is Tyrant, and the other is, what is his name? Oh yeah, here it is. Sovereign. This is Tyrant. I like him better in cannon mode. And this is Sovereign, who I like better in robot mode. So that's why I have two of them. And here we got Phoenix, who is supposed to be Skyfire, who Jetfire was supposed to replace as far as the toys are concerned. Out of this row, my favorite figure, individually, the Skyfire. This guy right here, Phoenix. However, we got our third-party Constructicons, Generation Toy Constructicons. And let's see, Gravity Builder is the name. Instead of Devastator, they decided to call him Gravity Builder. Love this figure. Love everything about it. But, you know, technically it's 5 figures, so out of here, if I could only keep one figure, it'd be this guy, Phoenix. If I could keep one set, it would probably be Gravity Builder. And back there, I got my third-party, what are they called? Were they Terrorcons? There you go. And, what was it? Odin, I think. No. What was his name? You can see the boxes right there. I can't remember the combiner's name, but yeah. So this is just my second row here. And I got half of another... Actually, I got some more figures. We'll start over here. These are just accessories and cards. These are the Citizen set. And what it is little tiny figures of the Constructicons. You can see there's the leg. You see right there. And my understanding is when you form Devastator, he's only about that big, it's supposed to represent how big Devastator should be in terms of Metroplex. Because obviously Metroplex is the size of a city, whereas Devastator is just, 5 vehicles put into one. Here we got our Megasari and Tyrant figures. I put one together, a back piece broke off. Very normal. Seems to happen to almost everybody. The other figure I didn't put together. Tried to sell these, no one seemed to be interested. But I also got Part A of Terminus Giganticus. So he's not displayed yet, because I'm going to wait until I get Part B, and then I'll display him. I'm pretty sure he'll be awesome. But as you can also see, I got the boxes here. Some more boxes down there. And my Constructicon boxes right here. As well as other boxes right there. Now, why do I keep the boxes? They take up a lot of space. Yes, they do. But if I ever had to sell these figures or decide I wanted to sell them, I could get a little bit more money if I include the original box. So yeah, just a real quick showing off. Nothing special. Looks like we're going on 15 minutes here, so I'll cut it pretty soon, within a minute or so. But yeah, just wanted to show off my collection here. I got a little Deadpool that I got from a monthly subscription box. Can't remember which one, but that right there. Doesn't that look like it'd be on the cover of a Deadpool comic? So yeah, just thought maybe you might enjoy that. If you have any questions, let me know. Until next time.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game